What's happening, guys? Wanted to send you this quick training on the Head Trainer Daily Checklist. Now, I know that it is taking me forever to get it to you, but we finally got it. Okay, so I wanted to send you this little video so that you have this, so you know what to do with this daily checklist and how to work it and things of that nature. So first thing is you'll notice there's two attachments on that email. The first one, it's both the same thing. One is an example though. I put in kind of red ink what to do, and so the example one, it should say HT Daily Checklist 5.9.16. So go ahead and pull that one up, and you'll notice that there's some yellow boxes and things of that nature. With the other one, what I need you to do is save that to your desktop. So then you're able to easily click on it, pull it up, fill it out, and then save into a new folder with your daily checklist, so you can have those on file on your computer, and then you're sending those in on a daily basis. Okay, so with that being said, wanted to go through this checklist with you, and we'll start up at the top. It says Head Trainer Daily Checklist. On the top left-hand side, it says Basic Start of the Day. So you've got essentially 6 things there. First one is clocking in. So there's a reminder every single day to make sure you clock in, right? From there, check your email, communicate the message. Okay, so essentially all that's saying is, you know, every day there should be at least something that we're communicating with the trainers, whether it's a reminder of a training session that we've got going on, or a continuing education, or maybe just, you know, a daily thought you have for your team, but we're communicating the message. From there, OT clock-ins versus sessions. So you need to be looking at the day before what your orientation trainer did as far as clock-ins versus their sessions, right? Because there's mix-up sometimes when they clock in versus clocking out. They don't know when to clock in versus clocking out. Once again, you guys are held accountable for that, so you want to make sure that you're getting that information and going back and looking at those clock-ins from the day or two previous. Okay, and once again, guys, there's a ton of information here. I realize you're not going to get to every single thing, but the idea is to try to get to as much of it as possible, right? From there, you've got number of sessions scheduled for the day. So you're just putting in a number. I put, for example, the number 50. For that was the number of scheduled, you know, as an example. And then PT unit goal, you know, gave the example of 2 for this particular club, right? From there, guys, skipping over to the right-hand side, it says interns daily check-in. Guys, ideally, you should be checking in with your interns every single day, right? And going over what it is that they need to be doing, checking them in, checking them out, right? So I gave an example of what that looks like. You've got Billy the kid. He's on week 2, day 3. Right, Billy needs to work on his body language during the session. We also went over his program design for this week's workout. So just, you know, a basic feedback of what Billy needs to do, right? From there, going to the daily reports, if we cut back over to the left-hand side, there's 6 daily reports, okay? The first one is in the FDM. That's in the Paramount system. You've got your clock-in reports, right, that you need to pull for your team to make sure that people are clocking in when they're supposed to, clocking out when they're supposed to. The other report you've got there, we're working on getting this auto emailed to you on a daily basis. I've got another training that I'll be sending you on kind of the last 7 days sign up, of looking at the people that have signed up in the last 7 days, and those that have done training sessions and those that have not done training session. We've got to put a huge emphasis on that in the month of May. From there, guys, there's 4 reports on Tableau. I included in the email the username and the password for Tableau. It's on VasaChampions.com, and if you go to VasaChampions.com, under that you have on the personal training, you've got 5 different reports, and those reports are all on this daily checklist just for you to be able to see. It's a reminder of things to be able to look at. I'm not expecting you to pull these reports every single day, every single report. Once again, we're trying to get as much as we possibly can get done in a day, right? And then from there, going down to the basics at the end of the day, you're looking at 4 different things, fairly simple. First is interview email sent. That's if you had interviews for that day. Did you send the email? I put on there, no, I didn't, because we didn't have an interview that day as an example. PT unit actual, and then the actual number of sessions. So that's at the end of the day. How many units did we actually get compared to what the goal was and what we had scheduled? And then also, did I clock out? Yes, I did, right? From there, guys, you've got the trainer shadow sessions. If I go over to the right-hand side, okay, so with this, guys, ideally, it would be, we're trying to shadow every single trainer, at least once a week. That's kind of the goal, right? Once again, are we going to get to that every single week, every single trainer? No, but the goal is to get every single trainer every single week, right? So we've got to work towards that, okay? So gave you an example of what that looks like. You're watching that session. You're giving the trainer some feedback, right? So we had trainer name, James the Giant. He trained Jane Doe, and we gave him the feedback of Jane needs to work on programming, told him to work on his workout for the week, and we would sit down tomorrow. Right? So just giving some feedback to James as a trainer to help him better. That's part of your gig as a head trainer, right? So from there, guys, this is going to be a big chunk of what we do, especially in our follow-up. Is I put here the key is to help. This key is to help indicate the phone call list the client is from. That's a little bit confusing. I need to maybe change that verbiage. But basically what I'm saying is that there's 4 different lists that we are following up on. 45, if I put the number 45 in that call list where it says, you can see underneath it says client name, email, call, next session date, call list, follow-up or feedback if needed. Under call list, this is where I'm putting either the number 45, the letter E, the number 7, or the number 5. And that indicates if they're from that 45-day no-show, you go on that Tableau. It's got a list of the people that have not shown up in the last 45 days to train. That's the first list. The second list is the E, expired. Those that have had sessions expired in the last 2 weeks, right? We're wanting to call those people, get them back in, get those sessions back to them, get them back working with us, right? I'm putting the number 7 for any new signups. Remember, we're thinking 7 days. They need to train within their first 7 days of signing up. So the number 7 indicates that. And then number 5, that stands for the 5 client follow-up that we're doing with our trainers on a weekly basis, following up with 5 of their clients randomly and checking in on them. Guys, from there, you're putting in the client name, you're putting in whether or not you emailed or gave them a phone call, right? So all this is just keeping track of, okay, I emailed and phone called these people today, right? So I'm looking, and maybe I sent them an email and I gave them a phone call, right? From there, what's their next session date, right? So for the example of John Doe, his next session date is 1/22. Gary Wentworth is next week on 5/19/2016, right? From there, what call list are they from? Okay, you've got the, once again, either the 45, the E, the 7, or the 5, right? And then from there, any follow-up or feedback is needed. So for example, on the one that says Jerry Wentworth, right, having a great experience, no follow-up required, right? He's having a great time. He's working with his trainer. There's no real need for us to follow up. Whereas Harry emailed me back today and wants to set up for next week, right? So guys, once again, I know that this isn't the prettiest thing on planet Earth, but I wanted to finally get you something in front of you, at least something to get you working on a daily basis. I realize that this is a lot of work on a daily basis, right? But the goal is that we're trying to get these bullet points done consistently week in and week out, right? And if we're chipping at a little bit every single day, right, that's the whole idea, okay? I expect you guys to fill these out on a daily basis and send them at the end of the day to both myself and Megan. Send an email when you're done with your shift. From there, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to email me. Give me a call. Let me know what questions, concerns you have. I appreciate everything you guys are doing, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks.